What's happening, everybody? K-Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer, talking to the intelligent gamers. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Be so kind to hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. Share this out if you like the content, and stick around. And I got some goals I want to try to meet before the end of the year. Let's see if we can get there. But other than that, let's get on to the video. Now, I just came back from the movies, and so I seen that this article popped up. I went through it, I read it, and I want to get my thoughts about it on top of what the title says that I put on my thumbnail. And it just started off with, listen, I seen people jumping on Jez because he was defending one of the writers that wrote this, which was Brandon Lowry from Windows Central. And a lot of people give Windows Central a lot of flack because it says Windows Central, but these people pretty, I like reading their stuff. I mean, and they can be objective towards Xbox. They have, and Microsoft. So I like that. I like that about them. They're not controlled to the point to where they feel like they can't say what they want to say. But when I was reading through this, I have to say I respectfully disagree with this article 95%. Like I said, again, respectfully, there was people that was dogpiling, trying to dog out the writer and I guess Windows Central about the whole Halo situation. And listen, we're all going to have different opinions here, but let's be respectful. There shouldn't be name calling or trying to find a reason to gaslight that this is an agenda to go against Halo and 343 Industries. As much as I am a big fan of Halo and 343 Industries, I have to say that some of the situations that 343 has been in and that they've got caught in, they're warranted criticism. So anyway, let's get to it. So he goes and he says this right off the bat, saying that Halo has struggled to remain relevant in the first person shooter space following success of Halo Reach in 2010. He said both Halo 4 and 5 Guardians feature controversial changes such as advanced movement abilities and less diverse sandbox and gameplay, altering microtransactions that many fans felt were contradictory to the core of what made Halo great. Now, again, this is already telling of where this guy is. He's a person that is a firm lover of Bungie style of Halo, which again, we're talking about Halos from 2001 to Halos now that Halo Infinite is going to be coming out in 2021. So we're talking about it's going to be over 20 years. And when you look at the last Halo that he mentioned that was quote unquote great was in 2010, which was 11 years ago. So to me, you can already kind of tell where this person's allegiance lies. Which I also have to disagree wholeheartedly on this part, because Halo is always maintained to be relevant. Now, whatever that you feel about Halo 5 story or Halo 4's multiplayer, Halo 4 was very successful. Halo 5 was very successful. Go look those numbers up. Halo 5 did the same type of numbers that Call of Duty did that year, and Call of Duty is multiplat. Halo 5 has never been on PC. Only thing that's on Halo 5 that's on PC in Halo 5 is Forge. Now, the Master Chief Collection is just now gone over since I believe December of last year to PC. But again, you look at the success of Halo 4, that sold very well too. Now, has it sold better than its predecessors? With Halo 5, we don't know because Halo hasn't, I should say Halo, but Microsoft hasn't released any official numbers. But it did records in that first week. And so, again, I couldn't co-sign that. I thought that was ridiculous, just because the mere fact that he doesn't like and he tries to use by saying other people didn't like the fact that it was more different with the movements and the abilities that was in Halo 4 and 5. That part right there to me was just, come on, man. But you look at shooters today, right? Call of Duty is there. You got Fortnite. You got PUBG. I know PUBG is not as popular as it was on consoles as it was when it first applied, but PUBG is still relevant. You got Apex Legends, and you also have, um, I'm trying to think of something there. Oh, Battlefield, of course. So if you look at those 4 titles, where would you put Halo? Some people may put Halo last. Other people are going to put Halo in between, or at least in the top 2. So Halo is still relevant. When you look at all the shooters that are out there, and you say, well, Halo is probably the 5th best out of the other 4 titles that I just said, or or even 5. Let's say 6th best. That's still a relevant title because it is listen, Halo paved the way for these shooters to come here and to be on consoles the way that they are. So I like I said, I don't co-sign that whatsoever. But let's continue. Let's keep going. Now, this part right here, I definitely agree with. The lack of co-op in Forge, right? Now, the Forge situation, I'm not tripping too much on it because Forge wasn't in Halo 5 at launch. It was just only on PC at a later date. And the numbers show that a lot of people don't use Forge that well. But the co-op aspect of it is the most painful out of anything, I feel. It's because if the rumors are true, from what I've heard, is that they've got split screen co-op. And I believe that I've seen that somewhere where they posted it, where they do have the split screen co-op in the game, but they don't have the online co-op. That was a fail. That was an absolute mistake by them, because if you go and again check the numbers, the analytics, you would see that there would be more people that play the online co-op on the story mode than they would the split screen co-op, just because of the fact of just people got older, things like that. Is it still important? Absolutely. But if they had people wait 3 months after that, there would still be pushback, but I don't think not the same type of pushback that we see now. So, all right, let's keep it moving. I do agree with that part right there. Now, the customization system. Again, this is where I disagree, because this person is saying that it's being hid behind you actually got to play the game in order to get these colors and these patterns and things like that. Well, Halo is going to have more patterns and colors and textures more than they've ever had in their history. We're just now starting to see a Master Chief Collection. They have something that they just put out with the seasons, and they're really going really crazy with them, which kind of giving you a prelude of what's going to be coming in Infinite, which looks really amazing. So to me, it's basically saying, look, if you want to earn these rewards, why should you get it just because right out the box? Show your loyalty to the game, play it and earn it. It's no different to me than when you go and you play Call of Duty or Destiny, and then you really want this certain item, but you don't want to pay for it, but you'll play the game until you get that. And that's the point of it, is that, listen, we're offering a free-to-play game to you, and we're going to have something for you that if you can show your own type of Spartan, and you have this own AI, and you can personalize it to your liking, to your satisfaction. All you have to do is just play the game. So basically, this was kind of a 1-2 punch, because not only he just brought up the controversial customization system, but he also talked about the unnecessary change to progression, which these two things are ridiculous to me, because you're talking about a game that's free to play now. The online is going to be, the multiplayer aspect is going to be online. So, I mean, not online, but free to play. So asking people to pay for a season, and it's optional, not forced, is not asking for too much. I mean, plenty of people are fine with it. We see Call of Duty, we see Apex Legends, we see Fortnite, we see tons of these bigger shooters out here, which, like I say, Halo included, these bigger shooters that are implementing this new form. It's more modern. People feel a certain way about wanting to get, if they want to pay for it right now and have it, then they can do that. If they want to play through it, they can. I've done both. I've gone through a whole season, 2 seasons of Call of Duty, and yeah, was it a grind? It absolutely was a grind. But once you got it, you felt that sense of that you earned it the right way instead of you trying to, shortcut it. And there's times that I've paid the $20 and I've got the battle pass for Call of Duty and for for Destiny and things like that. So it's not so much. It's up to the player. It's not like it's been forced on you like the whole situation that happened with Battlefront 2 and where they were paying to win and they were basically forcing you to get their items. This is not the same thing, and I thought that this was absolutely a ridiculous point. And listen, to have it all available for free, that's great. But see, that's also brings this one thing now is that people have shorter attention spans. So let's just say that you have all of these cosmetics open right off the gate for free, which would be great. There's no problem with that. But how do you think, will those people find an incentive to still continue to keep playing the game? Most people won't. They'll move over to the next game. But for other people out there that loves Halo, yeah, they'll continue to keep playing the game. But where's their initiative and where's their they're like, oh man, I this is the reason why I got to keep coming in here. I got these challenges that I want to play. I got to get these challenges so I can get this type of gear, so I can have my Spartan look a certain way. That's perfect. That gives you that sense of, of accomplishment. And I don't have a problem with that. It's smart and effective. It makes you want to stay with this game and want to progress further and further along. And more people will do that than if you look back at the other Halos where people will just say something, just play the story, maybe play a couple of hours of multiplayer and then get on. Now, that part to me was crazy. Now, he's saying everything Halo Infinite has a caveat, right? So he goes into this whole situation again, where it's just saying that Halo has its drawback. Halo Infinite has had its drawback. And the franchise is being ambitious, with the campaign and Forge mode and all that. He says, but you can't change your Spartan's color freely, which he complained about. And each seasonal Halo Infinite pass will allow plenty of cool cosmetics to earn, but progression may be heavily tilted towards challenges that may or may not be fun to the play style despite the addition of progression, which I just talked about that. And then he also brings this point about saying that, Halo's going to be competing with Battlefield 2042 and COD, because Vanguard, those two games are going to be available here within the same month and a half or so. So look, this is my thing overall. I don't want people to get overboard with this stuff and look at this and get so angry that you feel like you just can't, that you just can't talk about it, or just give your opinions, or just drop on somebody that is completely just, because you just disagree with them. But I look at this stuff too, and I'm looking at this as look, what kind of game are you asking for? And what I look at is that he's asking for the Master Chief Collection. That's exactly what he's asking for. We already have that. We have the Master Chief Collection. You have all of that available to you right there. Just go in there and play. Another thing too is that I found, because I'm going to leave the link in the description for sure, so people can just deep dive into it and give me their thoughts in the comments. But I also looked at it too. It's just kind of I just don't like these new moves, these new features that was in Halo 5. I don't like to. I'm not into the running and the clambering and stop it. This is where I'm getting to the point of where the title of this video is about. Halo has to evolve. If Halo stays where it was, if Halo goes back to Halo 1 through 3, then it will die quickly. You have too many games that have too many modern sets as it is. Why would you not run? Why would you not clamor? Why would you not have abilities? You are a super soldier in outer space fighting big, huge creatures that can dominate you and kill you in an instant. And there's, I'm like, that makes no sense to me. So you're going to power walk your way to a victory? Listen, that was fine back then because that was 2001 to 2010. This is 2021. People want progression with any games. I mean, that's just no different than, let's just say, for instance, for God of War, right? I was reluctant about God of War because I like that old style. Did I want God of War to stay the absolute same? No, I wanted to see progression. But this whole thing where had me nervous is that it wasn't going to be as violent and this, that, which it actually was. But I think what the person was trying to say was that it's going to have a different feel. Kratos is going to see the softer side of Kratos now since he's a father, things like that. But PlayStation community didn't go crazy until Cory Barlog and them that their vision for this game was not right. And even when I was reluctant, and I was like, man, I don't know about this new style where they're talking about they're not trying to make the game as violent as it used to be, because that's one of the coolest things about the game is its hardcoreness. Like, you know, that Kratos is such a badass, right? But what he did is he added his vision to it and kept a lot of the key features that made God of War great, right? Just added his own take to it. And nobody didn't complain. And then look, the game was up for a nomination for Game of the Year, right? That's exactly what I feel that gamers should just give 343 the opportunity to let them make the game. I hear so many people that sits on the couch or on their PCs or on their computers. Well, I said PCs or computer, but on their phones, that always wants to dictate about everything when it comes to entertainment, like movies and TV shows and video games, and how things could have been better if they do it this way or that way, if they write the story this way. If you are that adamant and strong and feel that strong about it, then how about you just go out there and try to apply and get invested into this stuff so you can have a bigger voice in there instead of just being an armrest, journalist. I let these people do their work. Let them see what their art and their vision is. Then at that point in time, if you don't like what they bring, then you have every right to just say, look, I think it sucks, I'm not liking it, and I'm done with it. But let them have their vision. And that's why I'm saying that the game has to evolve. It can't have these people just keep talking about, well, we just want things to feel the same way, when there is a fantastic title that's called the Master Chief Collection that is right there available to them, and they can play it right now. Halo 5 felt really good, and I said Halo 5, but Halo Infinite felt really good from the beta test. And it still has some more tweaking that they're going to do with the game. And I feel that there was some things that they needed to nerf and whatnot. But overall, the game felt good. It had a feel from Halo 1 to Halo 5. That's what I was hoping that they would do. And that's the part of progression and evolution that you want to see. You want this game to be more modern. You want it to be right. And for myself, I just look at it as like, I do feel that some people take this way too far and they get a little bit too upset about things. But I think that it's fine to have an opinion, and it's fine to let people know how you feel about it. But it shouldn't be a point to where if it's not the way that you want it, then it's unacceptable. Because you might be surprised that you might like it. Case in point, God of War. I wasn't for it. I wasn't digging it. From everything that I've seen and read, I was like, no. But then I played it. And that's just one of my things that I'm just looking at. For instance, I'm not big into platformers anymore. I used to be crazy about platformers. But I played Psychonauts 2. Loved that game. Played it until I beat it. Loved it. So, Halo fans that are out here that's talking like this journalist right here, relax. Let these people have their vision. Let them work their art, their magic, and give these guys a chance. Don't be out here right off the bat because you feel the run button, flowing through the controller, and you're already downgrading the game and the title because it's something that you didn't want in that game. Give the game an opportunity and a chance. This is the most ambitious Halo that we have ever got, not only with the Forge, but also with the multiplayer and with the single player. This is going to be something that we've never experienced, even if you like the direction that they're going or not. This is the most ambitious Halo ever, and that's the fact, that's the point right there that I want to just hit home with a lot of people, is that think about this. They are taking Halo to the next step, but in the same time, still giving people that Halo feel. For the people who haven't got a chance to play it, I hope that they will definitely, and I'm pretty sure that they will have another open beta, and people will get to experience what we've experienced with the tech beta. It felt so good. So, with that being said, I hope to hear your comments. I did hear your comments. Lord have mercy. I know I got to get off of here to read your comments, and really do appreciate it. So again, hit that like button and check me out tonight. It's I'm about to do Fight Night Sunday here in a couple hours, probably in about 9:30, 10 p.m. Central Time. So right now, on Sunday night. So come and check me out on Twitch. And other than that, everybody have a good one. Peace.